Hello everyone, welcome back to Whole ERP Solutions. In this session, we'll be talking about project cost management module, which is nothing but plan to deliver a P2D. Let's take an example of a construction company. They want to initiate a project and they want to bid for it. So once they get the project, they'll be planning for the resources, allocating to it, and the materials. So they'll purchase the materials if they are not having it. And if there are any expenses occurred for that project, will be recorded. And if the final to delivery of the project, they'll get the income from client or customer. Then they can see the report of the project. This is how a construction company goes on. So how they will initiate these things in the ERP, let's see this. So first thing, will the project initiation take place? They'll register project in the ERP, the details of the project, who's the customer is, what the project name is, everything will be initiated. Now the project planning takes place. The project planning here is nothing but the materials or the resources required by the project, how much will be the time frame for the project to be completed and delivered to the customer or the client. Then comes a budget allocation. So once everything has been planned, the budget will be allocated for that project. So based on that budget allocation, the project should be finished on time with that amount and with the resources. Then resource allocation takes place. Resource allocation here will be usually employees and materials. So once the project has begun with the phases, so based on their phases, each employee will be assigned to the phases and the materials will be allocated to that project. Now, if suppose in a company, now they don't have the materials that is required for a project. So now in that scenario, the purchase department will come into effect and they're responsible for purchasing the materials. The purchasing materials, how it takes place, we can be seen in our previous videos. But usually once they purchase the materials, they will start issuing the materials for that project. Now the project started and begins, and it has some expenses. The project will incur some expenses. Whatever the expenses have been incurred will be recorded in the expenses form. Usually the expenses are already planned, but there will be some unexpected expenses like there is change in the order or change in the plan due to long term of project. New technology has been evolved in which these things has to be recorded, and some corrective actions like if something damage happened to the project, and in that scenario, the engineer requested that these needs to be corrected by paying extra amounts. So in that scenario, expenses will incur in the project and it will be recorded. So once the project has been finished and it will be delivered to the customer, the payment will be received from the customer or client. It will be recorded under the income. So finally, after performing all these steps, the project status reports comes in terms of financial, whether the project is in loss or in profit can be seen from this financial report. This is how the project cost management module works in an ERP. From project initiation to allocating the resources, recording its expenses and income, and seeing the overall status of the project. The business owners or the project managers can see the complete status of the project from this module. Thank you.